Here we go. Here we go, brownies. The kids cardiac, catch me in the Muni where the party at. Dog pound, turn up with the elf up on my starter cap. Brought him back, boy we from the land and we proud of that. Louder man, front to the back, here we go, I got him shouting that. Here we go, brownies. Here we go. Here we go, brownies. Here we go, brownies. Here we go, brownies. Game on the line, Joe Thomas, I promise. Jim Brown running through opponents, how I got this. I return like Josh Cripps, paying for the mini, got the dog pound jumping. Here we go, brownies. Here we go. Here we go, brownies. Here we go, brownies. Here we go, brownies.
Cleveland, this is for you.
Mr. Heroes turning 60. We're proud to have served your favorite cravings for 60 years in celebrating what we do best. Thanks, Ohio.
I crave a hero.
Folks, we are live from Cleveland, Ohio tonight. Ray Showdog Prisby is joining us from the YT, Youngstown. Angel, where are you joining us from in Northeast Ohio tonight?
Strongsville. Ohio.
That's right. You're in Strongsville. I got some friends down in Strongsville. By the way, I don't like that exit. So public service,
Yeah.
I hate the exit to get off at the
horrible.
mall. You probably hate it as well.
Horrible.
They need to build another exit. By the way, guys, quick update for all the Guards fans out there. In a rain delay here in Cleveland, rain delay against the Tigers. So we do not have a score yet in that game. But guys, I am still living on a high, man. I went to the game on Sunday. Fans were leaving. I'm like, I get it. There's 8 minutes left. We kind of look like we're dead on offense. And then a little crack happened, and then another little crack, and then a little crack, and a bigger crack. And then I said, it's going to happen. It's absolutely going to happen. I had confidence about that 55-yard field goal so much that I got my camera ready, took a picture because I wanted to get the crowd reaction to that. And then to learn the story, God bless him, Schmidt, losing his mother to cancer in July. Our prayers and thoughts go out to his family. Talk about a kid that's went through a lot and persevered. So prayers out to him. But man, Schmidt happened on Sunday, and the Browns defense kept us in this game. Boy, guys, let's get into it a little bit. Let's just recap that game, and then obviously we got to move on to Detroit because it's week to week in the National Football League. So Ray, I'm usually a man of many words. So Ray, take it away.
Well, the big turning point for me. And there was a few, but the big turning point for me, I'm gonna go with the block field goal kick first. To me, that just seemed like all the air got sucked out of the Packer sideline, and it was all downhill after that for them.
Yeah, I think the turning point for me is Delpit's interception. They haven't had one since last year against the Denver Broncos. So for them to not only intercept the ball, but almost run it back for a touchdown. So what's good about this is the fact that he didn't get tackled because they weren't moving the ball on offense at all. So the benefit of him moving it to past the 5-yard line gave them even increased the chances of scoring that touchdown, which was needed, obviously. So Delpit, for me, that play was the game changer. And if you saw the reel posted by the Cleveland Browns when Junkins came off the field after scoring that touchdown, he said some expletives saying, we ain't losing this game. We ain't losing. Right. And that momentum obviously carried to what Ray said, the black field goal, and they believed in themselves, and then they believed in Schmidt enough to hit that 55-yarder, which was insane. And by the way, one of those people that left that game was Mike. Mike went to the game with him and his cousin. I'm about to bust on him. But dude, here's the deal though. He left right when the whole thing happened. So he left. I guess his cousin's girlfriend wanted to leave. They left because it started raining a little bit. And he said, as soon as he hit out the stadium, he heard the crowd roar. He pulled up his phone and he saw what happened. He's like, I told her I'm never going with my cousin again. I was like, dude, that had to be. I was texting him too. I was like, bro, you see this? And he didn't respond. And then he got home and it's like, yeah, I ended up leaving.
I'm going to take your Browns card away. I'm taking your Browns
card away.
I'm keeping your car. I'm taking Carson Schwarzenegger helmet away. You don't deserve it now.
He doesn't. Take his brown card away for sure.
I'm taking his brown card away. Yeah, but here's the thing. I was up in the cardiac club with our T County boys up there, and we look dead to rights. I mean, full disclosure, the Green Bay Packers led us back in that game, and you know what? I felt like I was on the opposite side of the Jets game from a few years ago, where the Browns literally had the game won, and the Jets. And that, by the way, that was Joe Flacco that did that to us with those Jets. And so any given Sunday, and to be honest with you, that just goes to show you in the National Football League. I do want a couple things. I'm going to make an admission, and then the second one, because I always like to say when I'm wrong, because I'm not always right, obviously. Two things that I'd like to get into. Jim Harbaugh brought up a comment about the game and I didn't see it, and it's getting a lot of news and press out there that he said he thought the Browns were going to win quite a few games this year based on what he saw on defense. We'll start with you, Angel, this time. I mean, I truly, after watching 3 games, it's now a body of work. We've held good running backs in the NFL to under 40 yards for an entire game. That's phenomenal, right? So just what do you think of Harbaugh's comments? I mean, he's a good coach. I mean, he's got the Ravens in the playoffs every single year. He's got a Derrick Henry. He's got all the capable tools to possibly win a Super Bowl here soon. What do you take from a coach like that that's well-respected around the league to make a comment about that? And I don't think it was just lip service. I think he really was like, no, this team's going to be a tough out for people.
Yeah, and I think he knew exactly what happened. Two misplays on our slot corners that allowed 2 touchdowns. That was the difference of the game that allowed the dam to break, so to speak, and why they scored 40 points. But other than that, the defense kept it pretty close, and he saw how that defense responded. And by the way, this defense is insane. 18%. They have an 18% blitz rate. And by the way, do you know they're only blitzing their front four 20%? They only blitz. Yeah, they only blitz outside of the front four 22 times out of 168 plays. So they're bringing in more than 4 only 22 times. So most of the time they get pressure on the quarterback is with their front four.
Right.
So that's what's the crazy part about it. And you saw it during the Green Bay game. Love didn't know what to do. They collapsed in that pocket, and it was that defense is going to be historic. If they keep up this pace, like you said with the run game, it's going to be historic.
Ray, Harbaugh's comments.
I read when I read the article. First thing that came to my mind was, well, gee, thanks, Captain Obvious. I know we're gonna win some games this year. But I backed off a little bit, and I just realized, he's right though. All jokes aside, he is right though, because once the running game gets churning, the passing lane is going to open up, and second half we're going to see a different team. But just remember, traditionally the offense always starts slow. So don't get all bent out of shape or whatever. Just give them a little time. The offense is going to catch up with the defense. But here's the thing, though. If the offense catches up with that defense, woo, man, it's going to be a fun ride. Hold on.
Might need a different quarterback. For
that. The thing that's scary about the offense, though, is they do need to run the ball better. Man, their last 3 games, the first 3 games, they caught on to what Flacco does, and they're playing man. So they have to learn to run the ball. But that way they can get off the man, and Flacco can have time to throw. So with Junkins in there, I think teams are going to go away from man a little bit, play zone, and that'll open up some more passing lanes for Flacco, hopefully. That's my guess.
This is a great comment from our friend Steve here. He says, great point, actually. I was wondering why no one has mentioned that Flacco has gone up against 2 of the top 10 defenses in the league. There isn't a lot of talk about that, Steve. That's a really great point. Is Joe Flacco playing not well just because he's going up against great defenses? Or that's a really good point. I mean, you're going up against some of the stiffest defense, and now, good point. And by the way, he was successful against a not very good Bengals defense, right? So there's some credence to that. Second thing, this is where my omission came from. It is not my love is not lost for Ashton Jeanty. We all know I'm a big fan of that running back. Now, there's 2 things that I have come full circle, just like that Kyle Pickett was not the answer at quarterback. Angel, I've come full circle with things. And where I've come to think about some things is, why did the Browns get Myles Garrett to come back to the Cleveland Browns? And what got him to do a 180? Because it literally was a 180. And then what have we seen from that? And here's where I'm going to go with this. Mason Graham has been so disruptive on the interior of this defensive line. Yep. I saw it in the preseason in the Rams game up close. I've seen it throughout these 3 games. And it makes me wonder, behind closed doors, and I do get some intel because of where I work, did they say, look, we're going to go get you that help in the middle? The end doesn't always help you. But, Myles, what happens if we go get a guy right next to you that can cause havoc and leave you on an island to do some amazing things where you got 3 guys doing the conga line?
Literally doing the conga line, yeah.
I mean, you've got 3 Packers guys that are like, hey, if you can't get them, I can't get them. Well, hell, none of us can get them. I wonder behind closed doors if it was like, what if we go get an elite disruptor inside for the next couple of years, and then once we figure out the quarterback position, we're going to be off to the races. Myles, are you okay with that? And maybe he said, yeah, if you give me some stud like this guy or that guy on the interior, I think we're going to have something here. So to my omission, and I guess where I'm doubling down on that, now that I've seen Judkins and what he can do, okay, I feel better about not taking Ashton Jeanty with the 5th overall pick, because I got a first-round draft pick next year. I got Judkins that can run north-south and looks kind of violent at times behind the running back position. And I got a generational guy for the next 8 to 10 years at the interior line. Andrew Berry – and
you got another number 1 pick in that next year,
right?
Too.
That's what I'm saying. I got another one from New England or from Jacksonville next year. Yep. I think we've hit on all cylinders in this draft. And man, if Andrew Berry can hit the draft twice in 2 years with these guys, I'm telling you, you could have a Super Bowl team close to the dome or before the dome if you get the quarterback position right. Because kind of you're in that spot now. You're in that spot where you're going to have a lot of. I think we have the 2nd most draft picks next year. We'll be out from under the hell of Deshaun Watson's contract, and I think we're going to be in a better place. So that's just me. That's just me now looking a little further into the future, an omission, and being like, okay, I've seen Judkins, who he is, and all this now.
Following up on what you're talking about, I had to get out my angel stats on you. The average pass rush win rate is 9%. Mason Graham is at 43 freaking percent.
Hey, last game, yeah, he's insane. Listen, I was on my podcast. My guys on my podcast, I was crazy when we did our pre-draft and I had Mason Graham number 1. It's like, you're crazy. We need a quarterback. I'm like, you get Mason Graham next to Myles Garrett, it's gonna be a problem. Now, what I didn't expect was Malik Collins. That adds another layer to Myles Garrett getting that protection. He has on PFF 91.5 pass rush rate. And he's winning at 23.6% with 10 pressures. Those 3 alone are getting to the quarterback, and it's insane. Like, what you can't stop the 4, and even right, regardless of who's over there, right, and whoever the other guy is. I kind of agree with what Dustin was saying. It's weird that I was thinking that this past week, and I forgot to mention in my podcast, but I thought to myself, maybe they didn't convince Myles on the quarterback. Maybe they convinced him on the help. Because he knew he was doing it all by himself. He wants to get the the sack record, and he's like, "Hey, you can be set for the next 3-4 years because you got these young studs next to you." Yep. And we're going. And don't forget, Mike Hall Jr. has not played yet.
Oh, good point.
And I mean, that's just adding to the depth of. And Myles isn't playing every rep. Right? Myles isn't playing every rep. That's why he's not gassed in the 4th quarter as he was in the past years. So if you look at his rep count, it's not as high as it was the last couple of years.
Right. Let's give a couple shout outs to some of our sponsors while we're here. Let's give a shout out to our great friends. Let me go over here. Let's just get this out of the way, guys. Primetime Sports Framing. By the way, we'll talk about this after we come out of this. By the way, announcing another signing. Yes, please listen. JOK, October 18th. Time to be determined. JOK. Jeremiah Osakoa is going to be at primetime October 18th for a signing. That's right. The linebacker that has obviously been out and hasn't been able to actually be with the Browns because of an injury. He's going to be there. So a rare appearance. You want to make sure you come down to that. There could be some other people, of course. I will be making an announcement about that. But let's talk about that real quick. Guys, I got to meet Carson Schlesinger last night. What a cool cat. This kid, rookie, out of UCLA, out of California, actually went to the same high school as Clay Matthews Jr.'s son. So super cool. Maybe there's some energy and synergy going on there with those two guys, but that's exciting. That kind of stuff just gives me goosebumps. But this kid, to be a rookie and have the green dot and to be able to do what he's done in this game. And by the way, he's so ho-hum. He's sitting there just chatting it up. And I'm like, man, you're so young and you got so much talent already. Like he doesn't even know how good he is, if that makes sense. So I just want to give a shout out to Carson Schlesinger. Looking to have him on the show, hopefully here soon. Great kid. Love everything he's going to do. Let's give a couple other shout outs, by the way. We're doing a tasting, by the way. Southern Tier Brewing, downtown Cleveland here. October 11th, we're doing a tasting. We're inviting people down to check out. That's right. The official Cleveland brewed Here We Go Brownies Brown Ale, our own beer. How cool is that? This is a couple weeks in the making. It's been out there. Great beer if you like a darker beer. But we have now the Cleveland Browns brewed. That's right. Cleveland brewed. Here We Go Brownies Brown Ale. You can catch that. Also would like to give a shout out to our exclusive realtor, Crystal John Tony. By the way, thank you, Crystal, for coming out to our event Saturday out at the Avon Lake Browns Backwards. Had a lot of fun. She's the best in the business, guys. Works with the EXP group here in Cleveland. Give her a call at 216-215-6663 or find her in any of her socials. By the way, she's always has all these houses under contract. She's doing a great job with those guys and making sure you're taking care of. Our friend Jason Toast, she's been helping him on some cool stuff, but check her out. Well, guys, you got to put the Packers away, and you're in the NFC North. You have the Detroit Lions. That's right, the Detroit Lions, by the way, who put a spanking on the Ravens. So
those Ravens.
Yeah, those Ravens. I'm okay. The Ravens are 1-2. So I'm not gonna hate on that. We got a tough get. I'm trying to go up there to the game just because I think it'll be a great atmosphere. I think the defense is going to keep us in the game. I actually think Joe Flacco plays a little better in the dome, maybe. I don't know. Just a thought. I saw him a couple of years ago out at the Rams game. You were at that game, right? We were out there when he played his debut against the Rams, and I was like, whoa, he's doing pretty good under the roof here. It's going to be a tough task for these Cleveland Browns. As we look at this game, let's start on defense. What do you guys think? What do you think of the defense that we're going to have to face against the Detroit Lions?
Ray, you want to go?
Yeah, I'll go. So their defense is a lot like ours in terms of they utilize that front four with all the pressure, and that frees up the linebackers to either play back or whatever they're going to do. So, and they got players in almost every position, pretty much like us or the Eagles. So, hey, it's going to be a hard fought. I just hope they can keep the score low, because I think eventually the Browns will figure it out on offense and we can come out of there with a victory.
Yeah, I'll side with Ray. The benefit of it is it seems like they do allow a lot of scoring to happen. So there's some miscues that you can take advantage of them, some missteps. Hutchinson, I forgot.
Huntington.
Huntington.
By the way, we're trying to get him on the show too. Aiden, great guy.
Yeah.
Great guy.
But yeah, they're good defense. I think what you're gonna need to do is run the ball. I mean, you're gonna have to limit Flacco, 37 pass attempts last week, 45 and 45. You gotta limit those. He made one mistake last week, but limit those turnover opportunities. Give Junkins the ball more and more. Feed him as much as you can. Keep it low scoring, like Ray said, and you can be in it. And maybe the defense can make a play again. Goff is known to throw some interceptions. He threw 4 interceptions last year in the game. Last time he played us, he was in the Rams. He threw 2 picks, 2 touchdowns, sacked twice. They ended up winning by 7 here in Cleveland. Baker threw an interception with 30 seconds to go while he was driving, so that put the game away. So I mean, you need opportunity. So that defense, just please pick this ball. He's going to give it to you. Don't drop it. A lot of our DBs don't know how to catch. I don't know why they just can't catch the ball. Just if it's in your hands, just squeeze it a little bit and get down.
Well, yeah. So for me, for the Browns, I think they need to have an opportunistic turnovers. And the problem is Detroit's a really tough place to go in there and play. It's loud. It's going to be intimidating.
Yeah.
I think we need to get a lead early. I honestly think we need to kind of temper the crowd a little bit. And I think to your point, we need to win the turnover battle, because if we get some turnovers against him, and honestly, I actually wouldn't mind seeing a game similar, but obviously a little bit more offense, a little more offensive production. And what I mean by that is I want to see more of what I saw in the Bengals game. Because what I think the way to beat the Detroit Lions, because we learned if you leave them on the field, they're going to boat race you. That's what the Lions can do. But what I really liked that Stefanski did against specifically the Bengals is, remember those 6-7 minute long drives that really kept the game? And guess what we were doing? Our defense was getting rest, and we were just doing like 6 and 7 minute drives. I'm like, well, this is what we got to do to beat teams that can put 30, because we're not going to win. We're not going to win a game 30-24 or 27. That ain't going to happen. We got to win 20-17, 21-14. That's how we're going to win football games the rest of the year, because our defense is going to keep us in these games. So obviously stop the run is going to have to be the biggest thing. And we've been doing that so far. Keep them in check. And then somebody brought up a good point here, Jerome Green. I think Joe Flacco has to kind of have a coming out game a little bit in Detroit and really open up the offense and get some of his targets. You know, the one thing we haven't seen, and we've seen how wide open Bond was, but I need to see more of the flea flicker bomb passes from Joe Flacco 40 yards downfield to a Bond or a Flacco or to a Jerry Jeudy type play. We haven't seen any explosive plays so far yet in this Browns offense. But I think that's going to have to be a key to the game. You want to add anything, Ray?
Well, I was going to say something until you said that. But the problem is Flacco he doesn't have the time to go downfield, and that's the problem. And early in the game, once he starts rushing himself, I mean, he gets those happy feet, and he becomes captain check down. And we know what happens when that happens. But what I was going to say, though, the other thing that I was going to say, like I said Sunday, they need to have at least 10 design plays for Gabriel. Let him come in, let him shake up the offense a little bit, because the one thing that they haven't seen out of the Browns this year is a mobile quarterback.
Yeah,
that's a whole nother dimension. So if you're watching Stefanski, we're only asking for 10 plays.
I would be happy with the 10 plays by the goal line. I agree. That's actually a good point. Yeah, having Gabriel come in and get 10 plays, that's a valid. I didn't think about that. They could do that. Flacco needs to be mobile, and that's probably we talked about. They're playing man. Most defenses are playing man because Flacco's staying in the pocket. You can play man if they're not respecting your pass. Okay, exactly. So if you look at the tape, you were right. Bond was open. Not only Bond was open, there was a couple plays. And also scheme. So what Kevin is doing currently is he's lining up Jeudy and Tillman on the same side, and a couple of times they run the same pattern, and they get bunched up together. Okay, that's why that interception Flacco threw, it was by a safety, by the way. And the reason why the safety was able to cut half the field is because both receivers were in the same area, so he knew the ball's coming over here. I just needed to judge where the ball is going to go. So Kevin needs to be unpredictable with his play calling, because he's been very predictable the last two games. The reason why he was so successful with Cincinnati is because their defense isn't as good. As you can see, Minnesota put up 40 points on them with Wentz. So you be unpredictable with the play calling. If you use motion, Kevin, use motion to trick them. Right? Don't just use motion to have Bond running up and down, doing 100 yard, getting his cardio in. Like, use it. he'll put him in motion and he doesn't change the play. He keeps it the same play. Defenses know what you're doing because you have a quarterback that is in the pocket. You ain't tricking them. You know you're going to throw it or dump it off. I don't mind dump offs. It's the dump offs 4 to 5 yards. I'm okay with that because eventually you're going to get a first down. Problem is he's dumping it off and it's 2 to 3 yards. And then you try to throw it downfield. And obviously he struggled this last game. He had a couple misses, but I agree. I don't think it's all Flacco's fault. I thought it was Flacco's fault until I watched the tape and I realized, like Ray said, that line is not giving him any time. And that worries me. Dwayne Jones getting injured might actually help because he was the worst of all 5 of them. And maybe whoever he's in his place will maybe help pass block a little bit, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, the offensive line. I always say we can't have nice things in Cleveland, right? If our defense is great, our offense sucks, right? And if our defense is sucking, Joe Flacco's putting up 4 yards. Like that's just the way it is. By the way, bottom of the first now, out of the rain delay, 0-0, Guardians.
My tribe. Guardians. I call them tribe. My bad.
You know how many people all day long sit there and say, you know how many people all the time say what? I mean, we can't have nice things in Cleveland. But I got to tell you, like, it's been pleasant to have the Guardians win.
Yeah.
It's been pleasant to see what the Cavaliers have done.
Don't
It's
forget
been
the
amazing.
Buckeyes.
Well, and the Buckeyes, clearly. I mean, you win a national championship. We're getting a little spoiled here in Cleveland. Man, imagine if we win a World's I'm saying this right now, and I said it. Do you guys know Bill Nye, the science guy, picked the Guardians to win the World Series this year? Did you guys know that?
I did not.
Yeah. Yes, he goes Guardians. And like he didn't even like really think about it. By the way, just to give everybody an update, horrific thing happened to Fry. Wasn't on purpose last night. David Fry got hit in the face, got carted off, ended up being transported to Cleveland Clinic. There was an announcement he'll be out about 6 to 8 weeks. He doesn't need surgery, thank God, which is remarkable, but he has some fractured areas around. Obviously, it's probably hairline and all kinds of stuff that's been fractured around his nose and his nasal area. But it was kind of funny. Somebody I saw in the comments are like, he'll be back in just in time for Game 7 to win the game-winning home run to in the drought. I'm like, now that is Cleveland poetry right there. If he came back in Game 7,
he'd be a folk hero.
Yeah.
Like,
It would
be a folk hero.
There would be a Fry statue outside of Carnegie in Ontario for sure. Well, guys, let's go into a little bit deeper dive here. What are some keys to victory? We'll give a couple shout outs to some of our sponsors. I did want to make a mention of this, guys. Join us October 18th, noon to 2. We're doing the Cleveland Browns. We had to move it, but now it's the Cleveland Browns boat tour. It's going to be awesome. Trying to get an alumni to join us as well. Here's the cool thing about this, guys. It's October 18th, 12 to 2. It's the weekend that the Dolphins are in town. So you can pick up a Browns game and go on the cruise. For under $50, if you use the code ALLCAP Brownies, that's right, Brownies, all caps, you get a great lunch. I think we're looking at maybe doing some ribs and some really cool tailgate stuff. Hundreds and hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars in prizes are going to be given away. You're going to be able to sample that. Here we go, Brownies Brown Ale. Lorello Vineyards wonderful wine will be there as well. So you can have a lot of cool things that you're going to be able to sample. And by the way, that's right, Lake Erie Distillery will be there. So check them out. They're going to be there doing their wonderful stuff. And just remember, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to I'm just looking for fun. By the way, this year is all about fun. Last year was all sad. I feel like the Browns are off in a way better direction. But let's talk about. Let's see. I'm gonna shift gears a little bit here, and I know my good friend Ray was not ready for this, so he's just gonna have to roll with the punches. Ray's good with alumni, so he's gonna do just fine. So Ray, check this out. We have 7 former Browns players have been nominated for the Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2026. They include quarterback Jake Delhomme, 2010, Jeff Garcia of 2004, Lomas Brown, the tackle of 99. And then, of course, the defensive line, Ted Washington, running backs, Jamal Lewis, the Eric Metcalf, the one we love and adore, and then Josh Cribbs, the returner. Let's just talk about this class real quick of the guys that are here. Which ones do you think have the best chance of making it to those next rounds? I mean, I'm going to be biased here, but I'm looking at this list, and I know the ones that pop out. It's not going to surprise us, but Ray, I'll start with you. Mr. Alumni man yourself. You know them all. You know them by heart. You could do it in your sleep.
Oh, we got to go with the big 5'7" first and foremost. I mean, he should.
Oh, well, sorry. So yes, I did not mention Clay is in the senior group as well for 2026. So this is just you're correct. My bad.
Well, see, I had read that list earlier too, so I knew where you were going. But yeah, I gotta start the list off with, and he's long overdue. And then you got to go with both of the return guys because they were pretty much true Browns. All those other guys you named, I wish them well, but I think we got all those guys at the end of their career or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, like Jake Delhomme, Jeff Garcia. Like Jeff Garcia didn't even want to be here. Like, so why would that? When I read that list, I'm like, why?
How many quarterbacks have really wanted to be here, Angel?
True.
That's true. I got a list right here of all the ones.
All 40 of them really don't want to be here. Nah, selfishly, because I got to meet him this year, and I got to interview him this year. I'm pushing for Metcalf, man. That's my all-time favorite Brown. That's like my favorite Brown ever, Eric Metcalf. So I'm hoping for him. But if you're asking who do I think has a shot, it would be Eric, and I think Jamal Lewis. And as a returner, you have to give it to Cribbs because he was just lights out for 7 years. It seemed like he was our only offense, literally, between him.
And he was part of the all-decades team, too, for the NFL for special teams during that era.
I mean, so I would put those three in. But I feel like I feel like Metcalf's a true Brown and Josh Cribbs. Other than that, those other people are like, eh.
Ray, go ahead. I think we cut you off.
I was just saying, and with Josh, he returned punts and kicks. A lot of returners.
That's a good point.
One or the other.
Yeah, for me, Jamal Lewis because of his career. You know who's not on this list too? Ernest Byner's on this list this year too. I don't know if you saw that, but Ernest Byner is.
I did not see that. No.
Yeah, so Ernest Byner, who we've had on the show, by the way, got to meet him at halftime of the Browns game on Sunday. Great gentleman. We had him on a couple of weeks ago on the podcast. I looked at Ernest's numbers, Ray, and why I feel like he should get in there. Do you realize he's in the top 40 running backs of all time for rushing yards? I mean, we've been playing NFL football for what? 80 some years now. He's in the top 40 of the ones with the most yards. I think, because of what he did as a coach, what he did as a player, he's got Ray, am I wrong? He's got a ring as a Super Bowl as a coach, as a running backs coach. I mean, if you look,
no, he got one as a player.
Right. So he got one as a coach and a player, didn't he? Didn't he get one as a coach and a player? So there's some asterisks that go with that kind of give him a little nudge if he gets in. If he doesn't get in, now, like, I think it'd be really cool if he could put Ernest and Clay in together.
It's crazy that Clay's not even in it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That's a different topic.
Yeah, I mean, that's just – well, you know what it is? You know what it is, Angel? That was a time when they didn't count sacks for guys like that, and that's one of the biggest reasons – Clay gets the knock, because the things that would have been sacks in today's NFL, they didn't count them, unfortunately. So he was in an era where it was like a tweener guy that was in that era before sacks really became a thing. So that's but you know what's interesting about Josh Cribbs, because of the Devin Hesters of the world's now getting that limelight to be in the Hall of Fame, I think Josh has a hell of a shot. I do, based on some of those things. And Eric Metcalf, I mean, clearly, I mean, he played for what, 4 or 5 teams even after he left Cleveland. So
yeah, and his best receiving year was a year after he left Cleveland for Atlanta, and he played in that run and shoot, and he got over 1,000 yards receiving in a slot. So you're like, that should help him too, and let alone, I mean, he was just a playmaker, but
yeah. Anytime, like, well, and he'll always tell you this as well. He always gave the Cleveland Browns an excuse to put him in the game. Like, I can win on as a wide receiver. I can be a halfback. I can be the guy that can run it back and change the outcome of a football game. The Swiss Army knife, as we like to refer to those players, find a place for him.
Yeah, if he was in this game today, like today's game, he'd be like Dabo. He'll be like McCaffrey. He would be making mad money as a back / receiver.
You know what's interesting? Did you guys see that we brought Floria back? I'm excited about this. This is kind of under the limelight, but a guy that could be our Edelman of the future kind of guy. Like you talk about those guys that can go up over the middle, catch something for 5 yards and everything. Again, another kid out of nowhere. We knew him in Northeast Ohio, of course, but back on the team. I'm excited to see what he eventually brings to the team. I'm assuming, don't you guys all agree? I'll start with you, Ray, and then back to you. He eventually gets somehow onto the 53-man roster. What do you think?
Oh, right. Absolutely. Oh, you talking about little dude from Kent State?
Floria.
I was rooting for him to make the final 53. And then I was a little down when he got cut, and I said, you know what? I don't think nobody.
Well, he got hurt. When he got hurt, hurt.
You're right. I'm thinking of the other dude. But yeah, actually, that probably was a blessing because they were nobody went after him because he was hurt. So yeah, let's put it like this: the way the season is and how long it is, everybody's going to get a chance eventually this year. Everybody will.
I would be interested to see if they eventually bring him up to do kick or punt returns because Carter has done nothing at that. And that's what they brought Carter in for, was specifically to return and kick punts. And he's only averaging like 5 yards per catch or per run. So I'd be interested to see if they flirt with him and Gage back and forth of doing one or the other, because they did very well in the preseason when they had their opportunities. And Barry, please stop with these special people. Stop with the specialty positions. Like, get a guy that is a receiver and can return punts. By that way, you can keep a multiple player, like Aiden Huntington. Like, you can keep one player do multiple things on the thing. So just get rid of Carter, bring up Floria and Gage, and then you can just have a young, fruitful return people.
I see Angel as a future Browns special teams coach.
No. That would be a hard job to do here because you get a kick, your field goal kicker missing, you fired. So they're blaming me, not the kicker's leg. So I'm good.
Oh, go ahead, just real quick. Ernest does fall short on the total yards because I think the threshold for running backs is what is it, 10 or 12,000 yards?
I mean,
and he only has 8.
Does he have like 8,400, something like that?
82. Yeah. But he has 4,000
receiving yards, right? Yeah. So I mean, I think that should count. Say something about him in general.
Yeah.
Multiply purpose.
Yeah, a couple quick shout outs to our friends over at City Barbecue. I think this is in Ray's house every day of the week. City Barbecue, 6 Northeast Ohio locations. Love those folks over there. Look for some more big giveaways from these guys, some family packs and some cool stuff that we'll be giving away. By the way, had so much of this on Sunday. Stadium Mustard. By the way, we got to give a lot of this out at our event this weekend, so people were excited to take some home, some Stadium Mustard. If you're in Northeast Ohio or somewhere and you can't get it, like you can't get it from the grocery store, you just want it, go to stadiummustard.com. They'll ship that out to you. They even have the big ones, like the big, large ones that you can just put in your refrigerator and do a pump if you wanted to have it like year round. So they have the big pumps or the singles, but go to stadiummustard.com to find that. And then, of course, by the way, if you're downtown Cleveland next to Lady Caroline, like we talked about, why don't you go check out the Greater Cleveland Aquarium with all these amazing different exhibits. Take your family down there, take your kids, look for some giveaways, and do all that. I was there this summer, got to be there behind the shark tank. That's right, the shark tank. That was pretty cool. But you can actually feed live stingrays and with the kids and stuff. So it's a cool activity, especially in the wintertime here in Cleveland when it gets cold and you just want to get out of the house for a couple hours. Go check them out. Really cool. Also, a big shout out to our friends over at We Bleed Ohio. By the way, they are the official partner of the Here We Go Brownies t-shirts. By the way, a big shout out to him joining us out there at Avon Lake Browns Backers this weekend. He was able to come out and sell that. And by the way, he has the official Hanford Dixon Top Dog Defense T-shirts. Those are pretty cool. They have the top dog, like the Top Gun looking logo. Very, very cool. But if you're looking for some cool baseball, Cleveland themed, football themed, basketball themed, they all have the wonderful teams and visions of those types of things, but really cool. By the way, he's an illustrator and artist by trade, so he does a lot of cool stuff in that space. Guys, we're at an interesting part in the in the season with the Browns and stuff like that. I'm going to let Angel talk a little bit about this. We just some show prep that we did. You mentioned Jeremy Fowler of ESPN had a really interesting article about the Browns are said to be looking at options for a potential trade at an offensive tackle. We kind of called the baby ugly. That's a situation that's a weakness for the Browns. Let's talk about that. Do we make a splash? And do we do it if we're? I mean, I guess we're technically still in it, right? I mean, if we lose to Detroit and we beat, Minnesota, we're 2-3, and we kind of get our. I mean, at that point, if we're 2-3, I feel pretty damn good as a Browns fan. I think we can beat the Steelers, and I think we could get some legs to us for the rest of the season. But let's talk about a trade. Do we make one now? We'll go with Angel first, and then we'll go to Ray.
Yeah, I think you make one now. Even if you are not going much anywhere, if you identify a offensive lineman that you can either sign or you can keep longer than a year or two, you do it now to get them in your system this year. But that way, it's one less thing you have to worry about next year going into free agency. Because I think they're going to draft one anyway. So because obviously all 5 of them, depending on what Batonio does, might even be gone. You might need a whole new front 5 going up there.
That scares me. That scares me. Okay.
Yeah, that does, because you're coming back with probably a rookie quarterback and a mesh, either a rookie or a second-year quarterback, depending on where they're at. And a mesh line, like just Apaches that never played together. You have a couple of veterans, a couple of rookies, and they have to learn to, come together. So that's going to be a difficult thing. But I would do it regardless, because I think it's a need. You get a lot of people right now. You got them on practice squads, and you get them all practice squads. You put them on your team. You try them out. They play. But if you can identify someone who can be an actual starter, you get them regardless if you're in the playoffs or not.
Yeah, that's a good point. Ray?
Well, when Jones went down, I immediately thought about the guy from New England that we let.
Strange.
Well, we didn't let him get away, but he got plucked off of our practice squad, and how big of a help that he could be right now for us. But at the same time, we picked up Thayer Munford. That's his name.
Yeah, Munford. Yeah,
a
Buckeye.
Backer. Yeah. Right. Matter of fact, I think he played with Jones on the opposite side. I believe. But yeah, I'm like Angel. We don't anything that comes up, and that's the one good thing that Andrew Berry is good for. He's good at beating the bushes and finding those gems just hiding on somebody's practice squad, or give up a 5th round draft pick. Something that hopefully we wouldn't miss. So yeah, I'm all for getting any lineman that we can get. But here's the thing, though, a lot of the guys that we're going to be losing. Let's just say if we lost the whole offensive line, we got all that cap space money to go out and sign free agents. And that's another one of Andrew Berry's strength, signing in free agents. So, but you got to get them when you can get them, and if you can get them now, take them now.
Yeah, for me, on the same subject matter, I definitely think we should go after it. We know Andrew Berry is not afraid to make these type of trades, even in season. We saw what he did with Amari Cooper last year and some of these guys, that he's not afraid to pull the trigger if it's going to make the team better. I mean, he's kind of one of those guys that's always making the comment, I'm going to do what is best to make the team better, always in real time. So I like that about a GM. I like that he has that kind of aggressiveness. He's a wizard when it comes to the cap. I mean, he's gotten us out of hell a couple times that I thought we were doomed, and he found some wizardry to try to, I don't even know if that's a word, but he found some ways to get us out of some of these situations we're in, right? So we'll see. I mean, Angel, that scares me a little bit. I mean, the fact that all 5 of these guys could be gone. By the way, I got to meet Wyatt Teller at the Taste of the Browns. What a great guy. Great gentleman. By the way, what's his name? The guy for the offensive tackle. His name's escaping me now. That's playing. That came in last weekend. Collins.
Yeah. Jenkins?
No, the offensive lineman.
Conklin? Not Conklin.
No. No. Oh, this is embarrassing. What is his name? I'll tell you. So anyway, he's a giant. The guy is a giant.
Oh, Jones. They got hurt?
No. This guy came in and played for the Browns.
Oh man, I know who you're talking about. I just can't think of his name.
Cornelius Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas. Yes.
Dude, this guy is a monster. Like, I'm standing next to him. I'm 6'1". This guy is now he that was one of those free agent signings the Browns did for not a lot of money, but man, thank God he came. I think he could be a short to long-term answer for the Browns because he's a big dude, kind of leads by example. He's quiet, but I've been impressed with him. Any thoughts on him, Cornelius, from you guys?
Good pass blocker, not a good run blocker, not good pass blocker. So that scares me because you need to pass the ball. But I think he's better than what Jones was. So I think I'm telling you, Jones was so horrible. If you look at his PFF scores, which on my podcast we're pretty big on, he was in the red. All the stats are red. He was just bad. And I think and that's why they moved him to the right side last game and they put Lucas on the left because they realized,
by the way, his natural place.
Yes,
right.
Because they realized he's not as good in left. So maybe they're trying, and he actually was doing pretty good until he got hurt. But I do think there's some improvement on that starting next week this week against Detroit, because I think Jones was just a liability over there, and they saw it and they knew they couldn't fix it. That's why they jumped him over to the right side.
I agree, Steve. Teller, if we can keep Teller, we got him from the Bills a while back.
It's weird to see if you watch the tape with the offensive line. It's weird to see them blocking because there's a couple of times him and Batonio will block the same guy, and the other guy will run free. That's why and to get the running back before he can get to the line of scrimmage. So there's a lot. Maybe it's the new play calling, the new system with the new offensive line coach. Maybe they're still trying to get the lingo down, but it's been weird between those two, and that's what scares me a little bit because those are your anchors. So you're like, if they're making a mistake, making these misassignments, and these other guys are missing assignments. That's why Flacco is not having a lot of time.
Right. Good point. Quick shout out.
Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woof, woof.
Hello, welcome to Lorello Vineyards, Larry and Kim Lorello. We have a beautiful Here We Go Brownies wine that we would like to offer to you this season as we did last season. We have several other award-winning wines, lovely entertainment and events coming this summer. So come and see us, wine a bit, you'll feel better.
Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing you at the Muni lot this fall. Go Browns.
Wow, me and Larry rocking the same shirt.
The Hollywood Browns. Guys, check it out. Here We Go Brownies wine. We'll have some of that on the cruise ship as well. By the way, a few dollars of every bottle goes to the Greater Cleveland Food Bank. I can't say enough how much I enjoyed going to that Taste of the Browns and being able to give back hundreds of thousands of dollars to Cleveland. You guys probably know this, maybe you don't. 3 in 10 people go hungry in Cleveland every night to bed, which just kind of 3 to 4 in 10. That is such a staggering number to me that people go to bed hungry. The one simple thing you would think is so simple to do is feed people. So such a great need there. But guys, let's have a little fun. I'm going to throw this on you guys. Allie and I do this every week. She has not been here. We'll keep tabs for ourselves. We're going to go around the league. I'm going to pull it up here real quick. And if you're quicker than I am, Mr. Angel, we can do this. But I'm going to go. This is for next week. So, or starting. Let's start with tomorrow. We'll start with tomorrow, Thursday night. Yeah, I guess we do have to start with Thursday night. And we're going to predict the scores of the game, or no, winners, not scores, winners of each game. And I'll keep tabs here. It's kind of fun. It's just a fun little activity. So I'll put Angel. I'll put an R for Ray and D for Dustin, and we're going to figure out who did the best here. Okay, we'll start with Angel. Seahawks, Cardinals. Who wins?
Oh, Seahawks.
Okay.
Cardinals.
All right, so Ray goes Cardinals, Seahawks. I'm going to go Seahawks. So there's the difference. Okay, Vikings at Steelers Sunday.
Man, I'm. Oh my God.
Now, by the way, this says 9:30. Is this?
London.
Is this a London game?
Yeah, it's a London game because they're there a week before Vikings are.
So the Vikings are there 2 weeks in a row?
Yeah, that's why they say we have a hard schedule because Vikings are there. They're going to get settled, and then we're going to go there when they've been there a whole week to get acclimated.
Jesus.
But the good news is it's Wentz playing. Carson Wentz is their starting quarterback, so that benefits us. So, in retrospect, that also benefits the Steelers. So I have the Steelers winning, unfortunately.
All right. I'm going to say the Vikings come in on high. They beat the Steelers. So. Then they're overconfident. We beat them. I think I'm going to go.
Love that idea.
I like Vikings. Ray?
I hate to say it, and it hurts my mouth. Steelers.
Me too, man. It took every ounce of me to do that.
All right. So you're okay. Steelers. Okay. Let's. Commanders at Falcons.
Ooh. It's Mariota versus probably Cousins because I don't think they don't like Penix anymore.
Falcons are due.
Yeah, I will have to go with the Falcons because I think Cousins is going to start.
Yeah, I'm going with Falcons simply because Commanders quarterback is probably going to be out, and the Falcons are due, and they're playing in Atlanta. So yeah, Atlanta.
Is he out? Jaden, is he out?
Yeah, he's got a hurt knee. Well, as of right now, he's out.
All right, I'm going to go Falcons. We'll go Falcons. You sold me on that. Okay. Chargers at Giants. Jackson Dart debut rookie quarterback.
Chargers all day.
Chargers.
Chargers is one of the best teams in AFC, man. They ain't beating them.
And for that, Jackson Dart shows why they picked him in the draft.
There's no way. All right. I probably am wrong because Jackson Dart does seem pretty good. I like him coming out.
I'm just telling you. Remember, no film on him. Don't that's the whole thing. They haven't figured him out yet. So, all right, Titans at Texans.
Ooh, this is a horrible game.
Yeah.
I'm going with Texans because Titans got a rookie quarterback. I think Texans figure out for the first win.
Yeah, Houston. They're 0-3, right? Yeah, they're due.
I'm gonna double, triple down on that. I'm gonna go Texans on this one. This should be a really entertaining game. Eagles at Buccaneers.
You think that's gonna be entertaining where Baker gets beat up? Entertaining?
Baker does have his offensive line is hurt.
By the way, Baker's 3-0, right? Show dog.
Yeah.
You said the Eagles, though. Eagles.
And he's done that with the hurt line, but it is the Eagles. Their defense is a little tougher.
Yeah.
This is a really good game. This is going to be a good game.
Ray. I don't know what you're smoking, Ray, but this is going to be a really
good
because
Emeka Ibuka is helping Mayfield out. He's got a receiver over there. Yeah.
But he needs time to throw the ball.
Raise
you know what? Just because
I've
learned to like Baker again, I'm just gonna go with the upset and put Tampa.
Man, I want Baker to win everything, but he ain't winning this.
I said it. It's going to be so Cleveland. It's so Cleveland. It is so Cleveland. I think Buccaneers have a chance to get to the Super Bowl this year because of the division they play in. Yeah. Baker 4-0. Baker just lights it up this year. He's been the best quarterback over the last 2 years, stat-wise, everything. Baker, most touchdowns in the league over the last 2 years. Baker, 4-0 Eagles. A little bit of the what they call the Super Bowl hangover. Baker.
I also think if he wins, that puts him in MVP conversation for sure.
Yes. By the way, he's had 2 fourth-quarter comebacks to win games, by the way, too.
Yeah.
Panthers at the Patriots, the PP game. Panthers at Patriots.
I'm going Patriots. I think the Panthers stink. And their receiver's hurt. He's out. Receiver they just drafted this past year. Forgot his name.
You're going Patriots, you said, or Panthers?
Yeah, Pats. Sorry, Patriots.
Pats. I'm going to go Pats in this after they got spanked last week. Yeah, Patriots.
Well, I'm going to be the odd one out there, and I'm going to take the Panthers.
All right. My boy needs a win. I don't think it's going to come this year. I'm a big Kellen Moore fan. Obviously, he was the former Boise State quarterback, offensive coordinator for the Eagles when they won the Super Bowl. But the Saints have to go to the Bills. Never a good thing.
Nope. Bills, man. Bills all day.
I think I'm going Bills.
Saints want that number 1 pick. They want the quarterback of their choice, even though they picked one already.
Ray, Saints.
We're unanimous. We're unanimous.
All right. Then you have a team that's at 1:00 in the city of not brotherly love.
Motor City.
The Motor City Motown. Browns go to Detroit, boys. This is your. Do you have your orange and brown glasses on, or do you have your realist glass on?
I'm going to say this. I think the Browns will win, and I think the reason why is this: the Lions, the time to throw that Jared Goff has had over the last 3 weeks is 3 minutes, 3 seconds, 3 seconds, and 3 seconds. So he's had 3 seconds to throw in each of these games. Jordan Love came in here with the same time to throw, and the Browns pressured them, and the time to throw was 1.99 seconds, under 2 seconds to throw.
Okay, I like that.
So I think you get the replica of what you got against Green Bay, and they win close. I said 6 on my podcast yesterday, so I'm going to stick with that. Browns win by 6.
And this is why you are the stat king. The Browns are riding high off of a wave.
Yes.
So high. I mean, it's so high. And they just ride it right into the Motor City. And they're going to mow them down. But no, it's going to be close. And it's going to be Smitty time again. And we're going to win by 3.
Okay. Reality.
Back to reality.
There we go. The Browns put up a gallant fight in the Motor City, and they lose a close one, and the defense kept them in the game. And the Lions pull away with their run game late in the game. I think it's a close one, but they feel like they let one get away, and they use that motivation to go to London and win and get to 2 and 3. I'm going to take the Lions on this one.
I'll also add this stat: Green Bay held. And I would compare our defenses the same. Green Bay and our defense held Gribbs and Montgomery to 21 carries for 47 yards. I think our defense can do that. Okay. The only thing I am worried about, they do run outside a lot, so we haven't really tested that.
But the X factor is that game was in Green Bay versus Detroit.
Yeah,
so there's that.
They are on AstroTurf, fake field, so it does make them run fast. Also, too, Myles Garrett's one of the best run defenders this year, which not being talked about enough. Not only the best pass rusher, but he's top 5 as a run defender, which he was weak on previous to that. So hopefully he's learned to defend the run.
By the way, how fun was it to see some of the mic'd up of this game where they're like, "Run, Love, run"?
Yeah, that was hilarious. Miles was like, "Yeah, he's screaming, love to run, man." That was.
I mean, his own teammates are like, "Run! He's gonna get you! Run!" He's like, "Yeah, it was like something right out of like Jurassic Park. Run,
Forrest, run, Forrest!"
Yeah, I mean, I do think the Browns have a chance, and I'm going to pick them to win because I think Detroit and Green Bay are similar in plays. The way they run their offense.
That's fair.
Now their coach does play more risky, so that might benefit them in the end, but we'll see. Right. I'm hoping for a win because I want to go into London and beat Minnesota and be on a 3-game winning streak.
I mean, he is a gunslinger. We do know that. He is a gunslinger, that being that Campbell guy. So let's get Jaguars and Niners.
Oh,
Niners!
I'm gonna go Niners because I need the Jaguars to lose. I need a higher pick.
All right. So I'm gonna go Niners. You're in for Ray on Niners. You all in on Niners?
Yep.
Okay. This team surprisingly has been very good. I don't think we saw, but that's why there's parity in the NFL. Colts at Rams. Two
Daniel
sneaky
Jones.
good teams. Two sneaky good teams.
You see what a good offensive line will do for a quarterback, and Daniel Jones looks like Peyton Manning because they have a great offensive line. So I'll go with Indianapolis. And by the way, they've only punted twice this year.
Wow. Okay. There, stat man. I'm gonna start. Angel ain't gonna be the Bearded Browns podcast. He's gonna be the stat man. I'm just gonna say stat man.
I'll send you stats every week if you want me to. I'll just
I'd
copy
like
and
to.
paste because I'll put it on my whatever I say on Tuesday. I'll just give it to you Wednesday.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna keep you to that now, sir.
I'll do it.
I gotta take the Rams on that one.
Yeah, because it's at LA, right? That's why.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, it's Sunday afternoon. I'm gonna go Rams. I'm gonna go Rams on this one too. I think the Colts come down to earth a little bit here. I know who I'm picking in this next one, but man, can we just say the Cowboys are hot garbage? Bears at Raiders.
Ooh. Man, what's wrong with Genty?
There's
Is it
nothing
the
wrong with
offensive
him.
line?
There's
Is it
nothing
the
wrong
line?
with it. Okay, this is where I'm going to become a defender. That offensive line
Is
for
it
the
horrible?
Raiders is deplorable. Not only horrible.
You done opened up a can of worms over there.
I didn't mean it disrespectfully, but I really because I know you're probably following him closer than I am.
No,
But,
but their offensive line is atrocious.
I was getting ready to get him if you didn't. Don't worry about it.
No,
All right.
but full disclosure, the top 3 rookie running backs this year. Now, obviously, Ashton Genty's had more, but he's one of the top 3 running backs this year so far in rookies. I mean, he's number 2 behind Judkins. So, as far as who's had the most yards, so
it's definitely the line because Geno Smith is even struggling, so it has to be
the line is
That's what I
atrocious.
thought.
The line's atrocious. So,
I'm just gonna go with the Raiders because I think they're due.
okay,
Go
I agree.
Bears.
I don't like the Bears.
Bears suck. Raiders. Here. I'm even gonna here. Here we go. Here's manifestation. The Raiders win, and it's an Ashton Genty coming out party, and he rushes for over 100 yards in this game. Ashton Genty.
It's the Bears, so he can do that.
That's my point. This is his coming out party. Then we move on to this. Will be a very entertaining game. Ravens at Chiefs.
Oh my goodness, that will be a good game. I'm gonna go with Chiefs. I hate going again. I hate picking them. I want the Ravens to lose, especially
We
after
want
a
the Ravens to
heartbreaker.
be 1-3, right? Of course. we
Yeah, Chiefs all day. And by the way, the offensive line of Baltimore is very suspect. They
agree.
have injuries, so don't that 40 burger they put up against us is a mirage. I don't think that's who they are.
I agree.
Well, coming off of a Monday night loss, they're going to take another loss on Sunday. So yeah,
Okay.
Chiefs.
So Chiefs get to 2-2, and the Ravens go to 1-3.
If we that would be enjoyable.
Packers at Cowboys. I think I already know where this is going. Micah Parsons coming home.
Yeah, Parsons gets revenge. It's a Parsons revenge game. I think the team's going to want to win for him alone. So, Green Bay, especially coming off of that horrible loss against us, I think they're motivated.
And the Bears the Bears dismantled the Cowboys. Like that. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, Cowboys aren't that good. Their defense sucks.
I'm taking the Packers. Ray? Closet Cowboys fan. Ray
I'm getting the R-Star Don Meredith vibes going on here. Everybody's
CeeDee Lamb is done for the year.
Oh yeah, CeeDee Lamb is done for the year.
They have no weapon.
Where's the game at?
It's at Dallas, but CeeDee Lamb is gone.
Lamb is gone.
CeeDee Lamb is out for the year, my friend.
High ankle sprain.
They have no offense.
Basically, have nothing.
Yeah, exactly why we're picking against them.
Ray, welcome to the Here We Go Brownies podcast. Welcome to the Here We Go.
The pack is back.
Yeah,
The pack is back, baby.
All right.
It's like they don't have anything without CeeDee Lamb.
Surprised this hasn't been moved off of Monday Night Football. The Jets at the Dolphins.
Oh, that's a horrible game. I'm gonna go with Jets because I think Miami's just a horrible team.
How long does he keep his head coaching job? That's my question, man.
If they lose this game, he's done because it's a division game. It's another division game he lost. So yeah, he's gone.
Jets at Dolphins.
Yeah, Jets at Dolphins.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where it's at. Dolphins losing.
I'm taking the home team. I'll take Miami.
I think Miami. I think they have to win this for their coach. I kind of agree with you a little bit there, Ray. The Jets are kind of suspect. They're kind of like all over the place. That's where I'm going to go.
I just want to point out that defense stomped Baker last week, and you don't think they're going to stomp Tua this week? Their defense is pretty good.
I think the Dolphins are in a must-win mode, kind of like the Browns were against the Packers. So.
Okay, yeah, desperation, man, comes out.
Bengals at Broncos, Monday Night Football, the other one.
Man, it's another horrible game because the quarterback's hurt. Broncos, because they're at Denver, right?
Yeah,
it's hard. It's hard to win there. Yeah, Denver.
Yeah.
We should know that as Browns fans. We never won in Denver.
Yep, Denver. Are you going Broncos too, there, Ray?
Preferred.
All right, well, guys, that wraps it up. Look at that. And for that, we also wrap up a show. Angel, first and foremost, everybody loves you. We love you. Where can people find you and the Bearded Brown Boys?
Anything that has Bearded Browns podcast on the social media, that's where we're at. Follow our website. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. We're on all the platforms. We're live every Tuesday, 7:30. That's it. Yeah, we love talking sports.
Ray, where can people find you?
So the Super Fanatics podcast is on this same platform, but tomorrow night, same time, 7 to 8.
7 to 8. Well, look at that, guys. Look at that. Another fun show.
Tribe's winning 2-1.
Oh, wait. Tribe's up?
Yeah, 2-1. I saw somebody posted in the chat. Yeah, 2-1, bottom of 3.
We're winning 2-1?
Yeah, we are 2-1, bottom of 3.
Okay, my phone says 1-0, bottom of 3.
Yeah, someone just hit a home run. Who hit a home run? Valeria, George, Homer's the center. Yeah, that's it. Valeria? I should know it. I'm half Hispanic. I should know that name. Dang it.
All right, 2-1, guys. We like that. By the way, the fact that we got past Scooble last night was a big deal.
Huge.
Yep, they're just updated 2-1 for us. By the way, great. I'm excited. Are you guys going to Angel? Are you going to try to catch a game this weekend? You going to try to get in on the action or save your money?
It is my daughter's 7th birthday.
That's important.
Yeah. So it's this weekend we're prepping for.
The one in the background.
Yeah, it's her. Yeah, the one that was popping her head up. That's my little.
Over there.
Yeah. She's the comedian.
Yeah,
of the house.
if I would actually just look at the comments, Jason gave us an update right here because he's watching it all the time. So, but yeah, guys, look forward to this. Allie will be back next week after her leave of absence. Sunday, to be determined who will be joining us for the post game show. I might be on the road doing this road show, so from Detroit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
with the victory.
Hey, I would like a Victory Sunday, Monday, you name it. Go
Guards. Show.
Yes, everybody enjoy. And like we said, I do have one question, Angel. What happens if one of you guys shaves your beard?
My wife would divorce me, so it's not. Mike said he'll look like an egg, so maybe Mike would do it before me because I love my wife too much to even risk it. So
she said she would divorce you for no beard.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I had never had a beard. We were married for maybe 5 years. I did the whole no shave November thing, and she's like, "Oh my gosh," she was annoyed by it. And by this November, it grew to be a full beard. And she's like, "Yeah, don't shave it. You kind of look cute." So I kept it. It's been 12 years. 10 years.
When we're bald, Angel, having a little facial hair makes
helps.
Up.
Yeah, it helps.
You got to grow hair where you can grow hair.
Yeah, I got to.
I mean, look, Ray's in the same department. You got to grow hair where you can grow hair. You got to look, you got to style it.
Yeah, I got one last thing. So if anybody missed last week's Saturday car show at Avon Lake, not only was it a blast, it was a success. And don't fret, because if you missed it, Dustin is doing it again next year.
I was told I had to do it next year. So, by the way, we had over 100 cars, Ray. That was crazy. I didn't know how many cars we
Wow, really?
Oh yeah, there was
100. That's huge. That's more than huge. That's humongous.
Yeah, and probably 200 to 300 people walked through there that day easily. We had quite a few people wander through. Next year it's going to be bigger though. I'm going to make it actually a community event where it's going to be kid. Not that it wasn't kid friendly this year, but like bouncy houses, face painters, much more vendor booths. Like it's going to be a big deal next year where it's a full-fledged community event. But you know, that's what I will say this since I moved here. I love everybody. Ray knows I knew him several years before I got here. I feel like this community's embraced me and made me a part of it. So that's why I do things like the Browns Cruise, the tastings and all these things, because I want to give back and have people have fun. Because as Ray knows, we're a much better fan base when we're good and great with each other and we're fun with each other. No matter if it's 11 wins or 1 win, we're just a better fan group when we're better with each other, sharing and giving back. And one thing we're undefeated at is our fandom. The Browns and Cleveland fans are the best in the world. So
Facts.
So, all right, guys. Well, well, that's the end of that show. As always, stay safe and go Browns.
Go Browns!
Browns.